I don't have time. You've said that recently about the gym, about your Quran, about starting something that actually matters to you. And what's interesting is you probably believed it when you said it. But here's the thing we need to understand. The brothers who are doing all of these things, they have the same 24 hours, same week, same life, same pressures, etc., etc. So the question isn't whether time actually exists. It's whether you actually know where yours is going. In this video, inshallah, I'm going to show you exactly how to make time for everything. Your deen, your body, your work, all of it. Not by cutting sleep or cramming more into your day, but by getting clarity on where your time is actually going and restructuring around that. There's 3 components we're going to be speaking about, inshallah. They're simple to understand, but powerful when you actually apply them. So let's get straight to it. The reason most brothers feel like they don't have enough time is not because they're lazy. It's not because they're doing too much. It's because they're operating blindly. They just wake up, their day starts moving, and they're just reacting to messages, to tasks, to whatever feels urgent in that moment. And by the time Maghrib Salah comes around, the day is gone and they can't even tell you where it went. That's the real issue that we need to kind of understand in hindsight. Not the amount of time you have, but the fact that you don't actually know what you're doing with it. And when you don't know where your time is going, every new thing you want to add to your life feels impossible. The gym feels impossible. Consistent Quran, the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala feels impossible. Building something new on the side like a business or a side project feels impossible. Not because there's no room. That's not the case, guys. But because you can't see the room that's already there for you. So before we talk about adding anything, we need to talk about visibility. Because once you can actually see your week, I mean all of it, everything changes. The first thing that you need to do is to zoom out. And what I mean by that is simple. Open your Google Calendar. If you're not using one right now, that is a problem. And that's where you start, okay? Most people think that calendar is just for meetings or appointments. It's not. It's the dashboard of your entire week. Your work, your training, your deen, your family time, your rest, etc., etc., etc. If it matters to you, it needs to be in there, right? That's what the whole point of the calendar is. Because right now, the reason everything feels cramped is because you're trying to manage your days without ever actually looking at your week. You're zoomed in on today without any idea of what the next 6 days are asking of you. When you zoom out and fill that calendar honestly, not how you wish your week looked, but how it actually looks, you'll immediately start to see things you didn't notice before. Pockets of time you weren't using, days that are actually heavy versus days that have more room, for example, blocks where you're not doing much but convincing yourself you're busy, and so on and so forth. And what this does, and for me personally, this is what has helped me with, that bird's eye view is what makes everything else possible. You can't restructure what you can't see. So before anything, get your week on the calendar. All of it. That's step 1. Give yourself 5, 10, 15 minutes, look at your calendar, assess it, plot in the things that are required from you, and move on. And later in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to combine this with the next step in a way that is very practical. So stick with me on that. Now that you can see your week, the next step is to give each day a theme. And this is where step 1 and step 2 come together practically. Here's how you do it. Go back to your calendar and look at a normal week. Not your ideal week, your actual week. Think about what you're already doing consistently. Maybe you have work from 9 to 5 every Monday. Maybe you do Quran every Thursday between 5 and 7. Maybe Friday afternoons you're with your friends or family. Whatever the case may be, the things that are already fixed, already reoccurring, those go in first. Non-negotiables, right? They're already part of your life. Put them in and treat them as locked. If you use Google Calendar, perfect. Use that. If you're more of a Notion person or you prefer a physical planner, it doesn't matter. The tool is not the point, the habit is. Once those key components of your life, things that are required from you, are there, you'll start to notice something. Certain days naturally already carry a certain weight. Monday might already be your heaviest work day because you're in office from 9 to 5. There's only so much that you can do. Wednesday might already be lighter because perhaps you're not working, maybe you're in university, whatever the case may be. Thursday might already have a spiritual feel to it because of what you've got scheduled. You're not inventing the theme. You're just naming what day is already asking of you and then leaning into it. So from there, you assign each day a dominant category. One day is your main business or work day. One day is for content or creative work. One day is for admin, errands. The stuff that needs to be done but doesn't require deep focus. The theme tells you what the day is primarily about. It doesn't take over your whole day. You're still hitting your non-negotiables every single day, a little bit of Quran in the morning, your salah on time, whatever the case may be. These are things that don't move. The theme just sets the weight of what gets the most attention. This is so important, guys, that we take this into consideration, okay? And this is why this whole notion of theme days are so powerful. You stop waking up every morning asking yourself what you should be doing. The day already has a direction. You just have to show up and follow it. And if you want more content built around this kind of structured, grounded approach to your life, subscribe, because that's exactly what this channel is about, inshallah. One more important thing to mention is if life gets in the way and a task needs to shrink it. But do not skip it. Reducing the scope is fine. Breaking the schedule is not. That's how consistency dies. Not in one big decision, but in 100 small ones where you told yourself it was okay to skip just one. Now that you've got the week mapped and each day has a direction, but a themed week without a daily plan is still just intentions. So the third step is where we zoom all the way in. And this is where the day actually gets built. Now, the third step is daily planning. The way to think about this is simple. Every single day should touch three things: your mind, craft, your body, and your soul. That's it. Not perfectly, not for hours each, but every day should feel all three in some capacity. A day that only serves your work and nothing else is not a productive day. It's an incomplete one. So when you sit down to plan your day, you're working from the theme you already set in step 2. If it's a heavy work day, the mind block gets the most weight, but the body still gets touched, even if that's a 30-minute session in the morning in that regard, okay? And the soul still gets touched as well. Even if it's 20 minutes of the Quran after Fajr, that is the best you can do, okay? The theme tells you what leads. The 3 blocks make sure nothing gets completely dropped. And that is the whole point of planning your day, okay? This is what separates a packed day from an aware day. A packed day just has tasks, and an aware day has intention behind every block that is set there with intention. You know why you're doing what you're doing, and you know that by the end of it, you've taken care of yourself, not just your to-do list. And I'm going to speak to you guys very briefly on my week, right? On Mondays, I'm in the office, okay? I am working from 10:30 to 5 p.m. Okay. After that, I usually go home and I kind of relax a bit. I do a bit of work. Maybe that's for uni work, or maybe that's a bit of work on the company and the business. And that's it, right? That's on Monday. On Tuesday, I have the same thing. I'm in office and I'm working. Same usual concept. I'm there and I'm back and I'm doing a bit of study where that's me watching some beneficial content. Obviously my ibadah and my physical development, that's getting done in the morning. And then we get to finish that day. So off the bat, Monday and Tuesday have a theme. I'm in office. I'm working from an office. And there's only so much I can do because that is the main focus of those 2 days. Now we come to Wednesday. Wednesday is where majority of the work comes in. Okay, so that's maybe work on my uni assignments, or maybe that's work on the coaching business, and so on and so forth. This is where the more deep work comes in because I'm not working that day. And that is what I've themed that day to be. That is where the weight goes to, right? As we mentioned before. Okay, then Thursday, the theme of that day is I'm in university. So majority of the time, I'm in campus, I'm doing my lectures. After that, I'm going to the library and I'm completing my studies, whether that's an assignment that I have, and so on and so forth. That is that overall theme. Now, as I mentioned, my ibadah still gets done, so I do get my Quran, I pray my salat, and I pray my fajr in the mosque, and salat on time, and so on and so forth. And then I've got my physical development, which happens in the morning. I'm still hitting the holistic manner and everything is getting touched. There is time for everything. Friday, same thing. I'm in university and the concept applies. Saturday is where I'm kind of more deloading. I am deloading from everything else, but I'm still focused on the business. I'm still focusing on doing things for coaching, preparing content, and so on and so forth. That is the major theme of that day. And it's more so kind of a chill day regarding to or compared to everything else. Sunday is recording, right? For example, today is my recording day, so I'm recording this content. I've got coaching as well today as well. And that is how the week goes. Every single day has a theme and I know what today requires from me, and I wouldn't be guilty if I didn't get that thing done because I know what is required from me. And this should give you a scope on how you should live your life. Maybe for the 5 days you have university, or maybe in the 5 days you've got work. Khalas, so be it. Don't try to cram things that you know is not, there isn't the ability for you to do such, okay? So that is how things go for me. And this is the point, guys. The goal isn't perfection. Some days the body block of your day is a walk. Some days the soul block is dhikr on the way to work. That's fine. What matters is that the awareness is there, that you're not just drifting through the day reacting to everything, but that you showed up with a structure and you followed it. And the only way you know if that structure is actually working is to audit where your time is really going. Most brothers plan around who they think they are, not who they actually are. They build a beautiful schedule based on their ideal self and then wonder why it falls apart by Tuesday. The audit fixes that. It forces you to be honest before you plan. So here are the questions I want you to sit with. Grab a notebook, write something like such, or an open note on your phone. Preferably a notebook is better to train the mind, and actually answer these questions I'm going to tell you, inshallah. Don't just watch it and move on, actually take it seriously. So firstly, what are the fixed things in my week that never move? Work hours, family commitments, classes, anything that is already locked in. Write them all down. Secondly, what do I do consistently that I haven't given a proper time block to? Maybe it's Quran, gym, a side project, catching up with people, and so on and so forth. The things that happen but aren't planned. These need a home in your calendar. Thirdly, where am I losing time without realizing it? And be honest here. Scrolling after Fajr, long lunch breaks that stretch, time between tasks where nothing is happening. That time exists and it adds up over time. Fourth question. Which days of my week are genuinely heavy and which ones have more room than I think? These are questions, by the way, that you ask as you are doing your calendar kind of audit, okay, to kind of see where things go. Once you've answered those 4 questions honestly, you have everything you need to go back to step 1 and build a calendar that actually reflects your real life, not the version of it you wish you were living. That's where the plan becomes something you can actually follow. So to bring it all together, you don't just have a time problem, you have a visibility problem. And the moment you zoom out, give your days a direction and start planning with intention, you'll realize the time was always there. You just weren't looking at it. Apply what's in this video this week, not next Monday, not when things calm down. This week. Start with the calendar and that's all. Just open it and be honest about what your week actually looks like. Everything else builds from there. And if you want to go even deeper on this, I ran a full time mastery webinar back in Ramadan, over an hour of practical content on managing your time effectively. I hope this video was beneficial to you and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow you to improve your life and for you to be used and not replaced. هذا والله أعلم والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.